The challenge with American elections is that we have 50 different democracies operating at once,
Right.
and 3,100 administrative units responsible for carrying out the varying directions from the federal government as well as from the state level.
Yeah.
And the challenge that that creates is that voter suppression becomes almost obfuscated by just how massive it can be.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as it was in the 1960s with bullhorns and billy clubs and dogs. It is, can you get on the rolls and stay on the rolls?
So it's more pernicious now.
It's much more pernicious, and it's more insidious because it looks like user error. If you are purged from the rolls, it's your fault. You should have done something.
Right.
If your signature doesn't match on the back of your absentee ballot and you've sent it in, even though your signature doesn't match from Kroger to CVS,
right.
it still can be used as a predicate to casting your ballot out.
Right.
So we know that one of the challenges is that voter suppression manifests differently in every single state. Mm-hmm. But with almost no exception, there is some version of it operating in most of the states. And in 2020, with so much at stake, our deepest fear is that if we do not lift up the issue and also start to provide protection, that voter suppression will work.
Don't you agree, though, that the country is big and these 50 states are all very different, right? There's no one size fits all. By necessity, don't you need 50 different election systems to accommodate 50 very different states and electorates?
You should be able to accommodate the needs of the people, but the bottom line that every eligible citizen should be allowed to vote, that should be sacrosanct, and unfortunately it is not.
Well, it's a principle, but could it be executed upon? Could you have a national election system that standardizes
Absolutely.
this stuff? Right.
It's casting a ballot.
Right.
And so, yes, you want to make certain that there are many provisions as possible to accommodate those who have physical accessibility issues, those who have language issues, those who have timing issues. If you're a shift worker and you are technically guaranteed time off, but if you're 30 minutes late for your shift, they will fire you, then you do not have the right to vote.
Right.
And therefore, we should have a floor that says that below this, nothing a state can do can eradicate your right to vote. There should be no ceiling on how easy you make it, but there should be a floor on how hard you can make it.
Right. And in this realm, there are sins of omission and sins of commission, right?
Correct.
There are things that we're not doing that we could be doing to make voting easier. Why is it so hard in that realm for states to understand that if you talk about wanting to motivate civic participation, these are the things that you can do, and it's a low lift? What's the obstacle to
It's not a lack of understanding, it's a lack of intention.
Right.
The states that have the most pernicious voter suppression have worked very hard for most of their existence to deny rights to vote to populations that they do not consider worthy. Typically, those are communities of color. They're usually communities that are low income. Look at felony disenfranchisement. Most of the victims of voter suppression have been suppressed in other ways, and voting is the last bastion of suppression that states can continue to control.
Right.
And it's not an accident. It's a power grab. In these states where those populations are fast changing, the worry is that they will actually have a say in the direction of their state. They will have a voice in government, and that terrifies those for whom their voice in government means the lack of power to those who currently hold it.